G'day and welcome back to another gas walkthrough. Today we're looking at July 24, 2024's Top Heavy Sudoku by Clover. Clover is one of our setters here at Gas HQ, so my name is Bill Murphy. It is my pleasure, my honor, nay, my joy to be solving this puzzle for you today, and we have an absolute heater. It's a tricky one today. I'm gonna be pretty upfront. I'm pretty sure I haven't personally looked at the hat times just yet, but I'm pretty sure the hat times reflect it. Let me double check. I'm actually just double checking this right now because um I oof, I'm gonna be very real with you. My first solve of this puzzle would not have gotten two hats. I will. I've been a little bit sleep deprived, and I solved this one at about 6:05 this morning, uh, and it took me about 10 minutes. As you can see by the top right-hand corner, my time was a little bit shorter the second time around, but I still had to think about how I was going to explain this to you, the solver. But I reckon that gas does need to vary between very easy and very tricky puzzles, because that's how we keep it interesting and fresh for both you and us. So, that being said, you can find a link to today's puzzle in the description down below. You will also find hat times. 2 hats is our marker of a very, very fast time. Solve it in less than that for 2 hats. They're not real. Don't take it too seriously. If you are worrying about your hat times, as long as you are having fun, none of us here at Gas HQ care how fast or how slow you solve it. 1 hat is for a pretty fast time, and everyone gets a dinosaur because we love you all equally. That being said, let's get into it. Now, I normally preface these puzzles with normal Sudoku rules apply, but they don't today. So let's have a look at what this is. Fill the grid so that each row, each column, and each outlined 3x3 region contain the digits 1 to 7 once each, plus 2 empty cells. So we're going to have to put the digits 1 and 2 in 1 to 7 each, and 2 empty cells. Everywhere that one digit appears directly above another digit with no blanks between them, the digit on top must be larger than the digit on the bottom. So I'm gonna just, if you're like coming here for an explanation of the rules, the way I'm going to solve this puzzle is via coloring. This is, I think, the first time since we've started doing this channel and I've been doing recorded solves. I think this is the first time where I would say coloring makes your life easier and not harder. I think I solved one Battenberg once, and that one was necessary. But like, other than that, coloring is mostly never really necessary for the puzzles we do. I know the kids at home love it, but today I would recommend that you color this puzzle. So if you're like, hey, Bill, what do you mean by coloring? So digits that are above another digit have to be larger. So this 7 here needs to have this 7 would need to have a 6 above it. However, this 7 could never have anything above it because in this puzzle we're only going to use the digits 1 to 7. So I would shade that. I would shade it green here. So you need to put the digits 1, 7 once each. And the other thing, if you're still here for an explanation of the puzzle, we can never put anything above a 7 because the 7 would need to be the biggest digit. Likewise, we can never put anything under a 1, so we would need to shade that. There is going to be a weird little negative constraint today, so I hope that helps. Please do give it a go. This is an absolute heater from Clover, like it normally is. But I'm going to get to it now. So let's get going. All right. So, like I said, 1 can never be a digit above. So every cell underneath a 1, I'm going to shade green. Similarly, no digit above a 7 can be a no digit above a 7 can have a number. So we're going to shade every digit above a 7. Now, key thing about this puzzle is there is a negative constraint for these blank squares. We can only ever have 2. Once we have 2, we can place no others anywhere in the row or column. So I'm going to highlight basically every cell now, and it's going to take me a minute, that cannot have a blank cell anymore. So, bump, 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 bump. And now, if I read across this way, because I have 2 greens here, all of those are now purple. Cool? So, let's look at some other things. Now, if this cell wasn't a blank, which is a bit of logic that I'm going to use a couple times while I'm getting going on this puzzle, if this cell wasn't a blank, what would go underneath it? Is how I internalized it. And then I remembered that there is a negative constraint in this puzzle. So I'll explain how I internalized it when I was solving it, but there is a much smarter, better way of looking at it. So 2, if it had a number underneath it, would need to have a 1. But because we have a 1 in the column, we also know that this must be blank because we just simply cannot put anything else in there. However, if you look at not just 2 pairs of cells, but 3 pairs of cells, what number is both less than 2 and more than 4? And if you're like, Bill, that breaks, math doesn't work like that, you're correct. So what I'm going to do now is highlight all of those cells because I have 2 greens in this row and 2 greens in this column. Now, I'm gonna, we also have 2 greens in this column, so I'm gonna highlight all of those as purple. Now, what digit is less than 2 but greater than 6? The answer is none of them. That must be a blank. All of these must be purple. So that tells us something. Where must 1 go in this row? It must go there. Now, we also know that this is a 3, 4, 5 triple, but we also know that all of those digits need to descend from top to bottom. So this is 5, 4, and 3. We need to place a 7 in this row. 7 must go there. And now, remembering that the bigger digit must be on top, we know that this must be a purple digit, and it must be 6. And this is a blank. Yep, cool. All that checks out to me. I hope that checks out to you too. Now, where does 6 go in box 5? 6 must go there because 6 must go there because it has to go somewhere in those 3 cells, and because all of those are purple, it needs to be bigger. Now, this is either 5, 4 or 4, 3. However, because we have a 4 there, we know that it has to be a 3. Now, where does 2 go? 2 must go here, and this is a 4, 5 pair. 3 can't go here, and 3 can't be on top of a 4, 5, so 3 must go here. And this is now 4 and 5. Where does... alright. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, we have 2 greens down here in row 9, so I'm going to shade the rest of these as purple. Alright. Now, we have 2 greens in this row, so we're going to shade the rest of these as purple. Okay. Now... That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. All right. Interesting. Where does 1 go? Where does 1 go in box 1? 1 can't go in any of these cells. And if it was here, it would need to be bigger than a number that would go in this Sudoku. It can't be, so that's a 1. All right. Now, let's look at our 1s. 1 by Sudoku must go there. 1 must go here by Sudoku, which means that this must be a green, which purples out the rest of row 7. this is 2 or 3, but it must be 3 by Sudoku, which is very useful because now we have 3 purples left to place in this column, which must go 7, 6, 5. 4 being the last thing to place in this row is pretty useful. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, you got to fill the space. All right. I'm really good with awkward silences, if you haven't noticed. Oh, I have 2 greens in that box, so we're gonna purple that out, which means this must be a green, and cool. Which means this has to be 6, and then 5. Oh well, where does 3 go in the row? Can't go in any of those cells, so it must be 3. Which makes that a 2. 2 couldn't have a number less than it go there, so this must be 4. 3 and 6 left to place. One of those must be a blank, but we know that this 4-2 pair must have the 4 on top. So this is 5 and then 4. 5 and 4. I have a 5 and a 3 left to place in box 4. This is a 4-6, but I have a 6 already. So that's how that goes. 5 by Sudoku must come down here. Now this is a 3 green pair, which is a sentence I was not planning on saying today, but sometimes you just get that. 7 and 5 left to place in this box. Both of the greens in column 3, row 3 have been found, so we'll put 2 purples in there. We now have 7 purples in. No, that's 6. I really can't count. But this is a 3. Oh, that's interesting. So we have a. Actually, no, we can solve this. This is a 6. Putting that as a purple. And then this is a green. So 2, 4 left to place here. 5 and 7 to place here. We do know which way around those go via Sudoku. And then this. Okay, cool. So which way does this 3 green pair resolve? Well, I need to have. Yeah. This needs to be a run of 3 purples. This needs to be a run of 3 purples if I place a purple there. But I cannot have 3 be both 3 be greater than 6, so 3 must go here. Meaning this is 4 and 2. 4, 3 left to place down here. 4 and 3, and then this must be 2. That has been Top Heavy Sudoku by Clover. Yes, if I've spent all this time, I will finish coloring the grid. My name is still Bill Murphy. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And really hope you enjoyed this one. I did too, even if it's a little trickier than a lot of the stuff we do. Big fan of everything Clover does, TBH. Wherever you are in the world, have a fantastic rest of your day. I think my air fryer dinner is done, so I will catch you next time. Bye for now.